Hi, I'm Dr. Carolyn Moyers. I'm a wife, a mom of 4 boys, and a board-certified OB-GYN in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm passionate about women's health, motherhood, and family. I understand the chaos, the joy, and that life balance that we all chase. I'm the founder of Sky Women's Health, an integrative gynecology and osteopathic practice, and my niche is optimizing pregnancy and postpartum experience by reducing back and pelvic pain through hands-on therapy. Who better than a board-certified OB-GYN to help optimize your back pain, pelvic pain, and pregnancy and beyond? So my tagline for women is, what if you gave yourself permission to take as good care of yourself as you do your family by partnering with me? So let me tell you my story of how I got here. After 5 years in private practice in rural Texas as an employed physician, where I was regularly told that I was not producing enough, I needed to do more, we relocated to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I took more time for my young family and worked as an OB hospitalist. And during this time, I felt like my career is passing me by. I should be doing more. It was this constant tug back and forth. So then I went and I worked as a medical director for developing a gynecology program for a hormone replacement therapy clinic. And it was fun and it was creative, but I was doing all the work for somebody else's gain. And I realized there's got to be a better way. I want to be able to serve women and provide quality care while maintaining my authenticity. I wanted flexibility and autonomy and taking care of patients. So how do I get that? So I went back to full-time hospitalist work for this last year. And I've done this complete soul searching. After a decade of medical experience and this wide scope of practice and knowledge from private practice and OB hospitalist work, I just found myself saying, okay, I've honed my craft. Now what? How do I serve women? How do I provide the care that I hope to, and let them be seen, let them feel valued? So I started an Instagram account. I met incredible other physicians who were inspiring me in so many ways. And for a long time, I was like, squirrel, oh, look what she's doing. It's so amazing. Oh, look what she's doing. It's incredible. Oh, I could do, oh, I can't do that as good as her. I was just constantly comparing, that comparitis that Dr. Una talks to us about. And it really was getting me nowhere. So I attended conferences in the last 11 months. I read books. I hired a coach. I've listened to podcasts. I identified a mentor, just seeking those answers, seeking the next step. Well, listening to Dr. Una's podcast, and I've been listening from the first episode, and she inspires us and she brings this positive energy and practical tips and makes us all believe that we can be successful entrepreneurs. And so I started to believe that about myself. And as I'm doing this self-discovery, I realized, hey, I did a neuromusculoskeletal medicine fellowship in residency. I'm a board-certified OB-GYN. This is a unique skill set that I have in a community of over 60 OB-GYNs that I can provide to women. I can complement their care. They're going to the chiropractor or the massage therapist or the physical therapist. They have a board-certified OB-GYN who can provide these services and really work with their OB. So in September of 2020, in the middle of COVID, I started my practice and joined EntreMD the same day. And it was just a huge leap of faith to open my own practice. I'm doing it scared, but more confidence from the collective support of the physicians in the EntreMD Business School. In this time, I have found beautiful office space that I did not have to decorate myself. I have hired a nurse who is totally engaged in following up with my patients on days where I'm still doing my hospitalist role. I've enrolled 14 patients in my membership model, and I'm marketing to my colleagues in a mom group of 17,000 women, and I'm starting a podcast that will complement my practice, telling women's stories, because that's one of my favorite parts of caring for women, that there's just these wonderful, rich stories that when we give women permission to own their own story, there's power in that, in our families, in our communities. So if I could share with you my top business tips as a baby entrepreneur, it would be, if you're dreaming of starting your business or practicing medicine on your own terms, do your research, do your planning, identify your niche and your mentor, and then just start. It won't be perfect. You'll grow, you'll learn, you'll pivot. The fear and the excitement will coexist, and it's okay. You can do it scared. If you know someone who is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and could benefit from my services, tag them, share my contact information. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Sky Women's Health, and my website is skywomenshealth.com, because women hold up half the sky. And if you're curious about EntreMD, start listening to the podcast and come join us, because it's really fun to think outside the box and create a business that allows you to earn, to serve and to earn on your own terms. And if you're curious about the resources I used in my journey, books, podcasts, conferences, etc., please reach out, because I would be happy to help you in that regard. So imagine if you told your inner critic to take a hike and walked past the fear into the future of your choosing. Everything is so scripted in medical training. Now it's your turn to think beyond the curriculum to a business and practice that helps you to thrive and to serve.